Greetings from LEORON Channel Studio. Every day we are here to present you with the most accurate topics happening in the education industry. We are very happy to bring engineering and maintenance as a new topic today and notion of what does it mean to be an engineer in the post-COVID era. I'm Nicola and we'll be hosting the show together with Angela.
Hello from me too. Today we are welcoming two new guests. With us in the studio is Martin Sokolovski, Associate Director at LEORON Institute. And later, via direct call, we will be connecting with our expert trainer in the field of engineering, Julio Naranjo.
They will share with us their experience and insight on today's topic. Let us welcome our first guest, Martin. It's a pleasure having you today in our studio.
Thank you, Nicola.
You have been with LEORON for 8.5 years now, currently as an Associate Director of Sales and Business Development. You have been working closely with the portfolio of programs of engineering, maintenance, and project. What was the most successful program in the portfolio pre-COVID, and why do you think that was the case?
Well, again, I would like to thank you for inviting me here. It's a great pleasure being here. As part of our programs, I would say that most of our programs are successful. But in regards to that, I would like to point out one program, which is called Best Practices in Maintenance and Reliability. It's basically a program which is aligned with Society of Maintenance and Reliability Professionals, body of knowledge. It's a well-known program for all maintenance and reliability professionals in the region. It's a program which is considered as a gold standard when it comes to maintenance and reliability, and it has been accepted by many corporations, global corporations worldwide, as a program in which these companies work according to. Because of this reason, actually, we had a huge success with this particular program, meaning that in the past, let's say 7 years, we managed to train around 1,000 professionals from the Middle East only.
That's an amazing number.
Yes. So, as I said, the main reason of acceptance, and of the success, it's not a factor of only, let's say, the demand for this designation or the acceptance. There is another reason which is very important to point out here, and that's it's the expertise of our experts that we have for this particular program and for all of our topics. Because our experts for the best practices in maintenance and reliability professionals are people with over 20 years of experience who has hands-on experience in the particular program.
Thank you, Martin. In your experience, what was the course that gave the most value to the engineering and maintenance professionals?
Thank you. It's a very valid and fair question, I must say. As a program which actually brings significant value for our participants, I would like to point out the RCM. The RCM program actually stands for Reliability Centered Maintenance, and it's a program developed by Mr. John Mowbray and the Alado Network. So it's a program which is about optimization of the maintenance for the physical assets. I'm not able to disclose any testimonials for this particular program because it's really technical and it's directly related basically to the revenues and to the savings of the companies. But it's worth mentioning that we've been delivering this program for a very, very long time to some of the leading companies in the Middle East. And basically we help these companies save millions of US dollars.
Tell us, Martin, can you recognize any changes in the demand post-COVID?
Well, good question again, Nicola, thank you. Of course, currently we live in an era, let's say, pre-COVID, during COVID, and after COVID, right? So before COVID, the majority, like around 90% of the programs delivered in the Middle East were purely classroom, face-to-face programs. There was a drastic change during COVID. And as an institute, we were pretty agile, I must say, and resilient, and we immediately switched our programs more to live virtual. This was accepted, of course, in the region. Companies, started delivering their training as live virtual, of course, but still, for the technical programs, the part of the hands-on experience, the technicality, by being present in the room, working in maintenance, reliability, those discussions, of course, had impact on the engineering, maintenance, and reliability world. But this, of course, it's a crucial role, maintenance, reliability, engineering. It's a pretty crucial role, and this cannot stop. People need to improve themselves. They need to improve their competencies. They continuously need to certify themselves to work aligned in accordance to the standards and so on and so forth. That's why we had a great success with the live virtual training courses. And in the second, when the things started getting better with COVID, when the cases dropped, and basically everything started getting not in normal, but getting better in a way. I would like to say that immediately we saw actually interest from our partners into delivering the topics as face-to-face again. So currently, it's more like, I can say, a hybrid model where our partners, have their different preferences. So they go ahead with live virtual or classroom. It's, like their preference or how, what's their strategy, how they look into the engineering field, of course, and the demand of the training and learning and development teams. Here, again, I would like to say that it's very important that there was a huge increase in the price of the oil. That's a very important subject that we must, mention. By this, post-COVID, the price significantly increased. The demand of the oil, of course, increased again. And this resulted with, huge demand into projects, technical projects, engineering projects, and in demand for certified and competency-based training programs. So to answer basically your question, there is a change, of course, post-pandemic change. It's correlated to the whole situation. It's correlated to the price of the oil, of course, but it's a positive change.
Martin, what kind of courses is LEORON currently offering that cater the current needs of engineers and maintenance professionals?
Well, I can say we have a pretty comprehensive portfolio of technical training programs, and by comprehensive I mean that basically we have topics that can cover almost every industry out there on the market. So starting from oil and gas, petrochemical, mining and metals, pharmaceutical, and so on and so forth. We will split our programs in two directions. So we have the certified training, where basically we have partnerships, and we have established a partnership with significant institutes and accreditation bodies from United States, UK, so worldwide institutes that basically have been accepted by many global giant companies in the world as a standard programs out there. So here is very important, very interesting part to mention that what I've seen because I'm in this industry for some long time, and what I've noticed that even on job interviews, when I have a contact with some of my partners, they're telling me when they go on an interview, sometimes even they see this certificates that we offer as a prerequisite so they can get the job. So this is a very, very interesting fact which basically is showing us, is showing the market, is showing the professionals that these certificates have been accepted, are out there, and many companies work in alignment with them. On the second part, we have the customized training, which is the competency-based training, which is purely customized and tailored in accordance to the needs of the particular partner that we have. That means that these programs are developed in alignment with our expert trainers together with our instructional design team.
Thank you, Martin, for your time and input. Now, we would like to connect with our second guest for today, the trainer Julio Naranjo, who will be available to share his feedback on the same topic. Julio, thank you for joining us today.
No, thank you for having me.
Julio, you have around 20 years of practical experience as an expert in reliability, asset integrity, contracts, and maintenance, working for some of the biggest oil and gas industry companies in the world. I believe you're familiar with the fact that many engineering companies are facing with cyclical downturns. But the speed and strength with which COVID-19 has struck was unprecedented. What do you think were the main challenges that engineers had to face at the dawn of the pandemic?
The pandemic gave us a different scenario that most of the companies and the people in general, we were not, let's say, used to have these situations. So for let's say the last 50 years, where the conditions for industries like the oil and gas, automotive, and many industries, the pandemic has dramatically made a change on the way that they operate. So this was let's say, the room to open for the adaptation. So adaptation is, for me, the most important part that, and the, let's say, the crucial part for all these challenges that the COVID has imposed to the society.
Julio, according to you, what do all the changes that came with the pandemic mean for engineering and maintenance professionals today? In a way, what does it mean to be an engineer in the post-COVID era?
Well, the engineers are facing nowadays a different scenario, and they have to maintain let's say, the energy to adapt and to really focus on what are the new necessities of the industry. So, for example, if you are looking for engineers that are planning to enter in the maintenance and reliability, which is my area of expertise, they should look at the possibilities and the other aspects that, for example, companies like big, let's say, big companies in the world are utilizing or are using for these aspects.
Julio, since you worked on so many different assignments in the field of reliability, asset integrity, practices in the United States, Middle East, Asia, even South America, I believe you have faced and witnessed a lot of companies that faced financial shock. This significantly influenced the work of engineers. So, my question for you would be, what kind of an advice would you give to them? How to manage immediate crisis? How to achieve and maintain stability amid all these uncertainties that we're facing?
Well, that is a challenge for the young engineers or the engineers nowadays. There is a very interesting aspect that they have to maintain, and is the mental energy. There is a author, his name is Isaiah Hankel, and in the Science of Intelligent Achievement, in his book, he really described how you have to maintain your mental energy. For me, that is very important, because if you maintain the energy, or the engineers maintain their energy, they will be able to cope to the situations that are fast and fast moving, let's say, in the present conditions. So for me, the energy, the mental energy, and how they maintain their energy through their physical, through their activities, through their, let's say, more efficient way, that will give them the opportunity to achieve better results, and results that are in line with their personal career and the possible objective of a company that they are working for.
Julio, knowing your amazing experience and background in this field, what would you advise engineers regarding professional development in this era?
Well, I personally think that they have to concentrate in the creation of new technologies that can achieve, or they can develop with the technology that they have at this moment in time. So these new situations, these new let's say conditions in terms of new developments, give us the possibilities for them to implement new aspects, or new approach. So thinking out of the box probably is the most recurrent action that they have to do.
Julio, thank you. Are you aware of any emerging trends that engineers need to look out for? What is your forecast moving forward, and what should they focus on when it comes to improving their skills to keep up with those trends?
Well, they have to keep the eye on the emerging energy sector, like wind generation is very important for them to maintain that focus. The water maybe is one of the other industries that they have to maintain also their skills and concentrate it. The emerging aspects of energy resources are the more, let's say, important part they have to focus on.
Thank you so much, Julio and Martin, for sharing your knowledge. It was a pleasure to have you, both of you, today. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for staying with us.
You can tune in for viewing more live stream on LinkedIn or recorded sessions on our YouTube channel. If there is anything you deem important, but we never managed to cover, just drop us a message and we will review it with our team of experts. Until next time, stay tuned.